Hello, travelers. It's Airport Manager River, and I have skipped a day or two in our airport. We're doing pretty well on our money. It's a great feeling to not have those loans anymore. Now, I did get a comment that when I'm zoomed out, it's hard to see, and I can understand that. There's a catch, I don't know if it's a catch 22. I'm not sure exactly even what that means 100%, but I like to leave it zoomed out to say here, well, maybe a little closer so I can see the planes coming in and out. So I'll try to keep it as tight as I can. I can still see ticketing over there. So when I'm trying to show you guys the flow of things, this is about as close as I can get and still see, at this point, all of our terminals. If I zoom in closer, then I know it's a lot easier to see things. But at the same time, I can't, you don't get the overall picture. So it's sort of one of those back and forth. So I'll try to do a little bit of both. And if you have a smaller screen, I'm sorry. But I will try to zoom in, especially when I'm ever talking about something. There's our ticketing getting backed up. Definitely need to make an improvement there. And one of the things that I was thinking of is I'm a little bit nervous. You can see where we put our security, and I think that hopefully will be enough security. It sort of seems that way. But it's not leaving the biggest baggage area, especially if you consider this blue line to be the wall, right? Like it's not going to be a huge area right here. Now, I know we have a little space down here, but, again, if I bring the security up to this point, that's going to be, this wall here. I'll get rid of these restrooms and a few more security lines here, and then it's not going to leave a lot of room for the baggage up in here. And then I was looking at this, and I'm thinking, well, I could just move this over, right? So what I think I want to do to start out this episode, and I think we have enough money. I'm almost certain. These are only like 20 grand, right? Yeah, 20 grand. So I'd like to put a small gate in here. Right? Now that means that my office is no longer in a good place. So we just built these offices. So let's go ahead and take care of the taxiway issue that we just created for ourselves, right? And then what that'll let us do is once this one's in, we can move this one over. Go back over to objects and small gate, right? Right, like I can put that one right there. It's not a lot of room, but then if I get rid of this taxiway here, I mean that is a good chunk. That means because really, like, we could almost even move our security back if we really wanted to, right? Because that gate's going to be over like here. Let's zoom in. So our gate would be over in this area. So like, that's going to make a fair amount more room and get rid of these restrooms, which is part of the plan anyway. But then I can bring this over that much further this way, somewhere like in this range. Right, and I think that's going to be just like that much more room for the ticketing that might really help. And then the other thing is we won't have this taxiway, so we could even come up a little bit further, I think, without affecting anything. Now, one thing we could probably consider doing, I don't know if this building is secure. Could we put a fence up here? Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to do that. I don't know if we have any fencing on hand, but let's... Objects. Yeah, there we go. Fence. Right, like this is where our wall would be. So we want to make it so that as we build it, we don't create a bigger issue. Yeah, let's just say we even came out to like... let's do the planning tool, because that is kind of nice. We're doing cyan, right? So like if we were to sort of make it even here for... like that would be the upper wall instead of this. Get rid of all of that planning. All right, and then we could, so this would become, and then, I don't know, let's see, let's go. Taxiway is a nice one because that shows you, like these are too wide, even though they don't look quite too wide. All right, so that would have to go here and here. So I'll just put a red dot there. We know that's the edge of this. And then let's go back to cyan. Come over here. I don't like to mess up in the airport too much. It annoys me. There we go. All right, so that's a pretty massive potential ticketing area. We don't have to fill up the whole thing, but that's what moving this gate over would do for us. I think that's well worth it. And we, in the long run, we'd end up with an extra gate, right? So we'll have even more gates. Now, I did get a comment about, well, it seems like you don't have too many small planes there. And yes, part of it is because we had that old security area, right, where we had a lot smaller, and I wasn't able to get any more flights in here. And then, so that was really probably the biggest thing. And then the other thing to keep in mind is when these big planes come in, they really cramp our style as far as you'll see. We get a big rush. I don't think, fairly soon we might even get it. We'll get more and more and more people to the point we can't really handle it. So there we go. So we're building that. Now what I was thinking of, because this gate's going to be here, I'm thinking of, let's go back to planning tool, just for the sake of this taxiway tool, right? So if I do this area here could be, we could fill this in with the plan on getting another large gate in, right? Now I don't know if we have enough money for this, but we could certainly figure it out, right? Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this, here, you know what, planning tool is wonderful. Let's do yellow, right? And then, so if we did one like that big, 20 by 20 is 400 blocks times $500. So that's going to be like, let's see, that's going to be the same thing as 40,000, 200,000, right? So it's going to cost us a little over 200,000 to do this. But that would be the area that we could put our offices in, and then, right, that gets us another possibility in the future of going upstairs, just like we did with that other. And that big gate's going to bring in a lot more money. And I know that sort of seems like it's, a long way off from doing the ticketing, but you can see how we have to push this around and give ourselves, for the future's sake of planning, a bunch of extra space here. We can kind of funnel them around and then into the thing. We could even put the security this way if we thought it was better, where they would come into ticketing. We could put the door further up this way, right? And then have them come through ticketing as a general statement and end up down here. And we could even spin this whole thing 90 degrees, where we wouldn't necessarily have the gates here, or the things, this would be a passageway where they would come in and go to whatever gate they were going to. Let's see. That's getting definitely a little further ahead. See, I think I would like to go ahead and build this and be able to move this office out of the way. Now, we don't have to build it all either. So why don't we just build a good chunk of it? Maybe 100 grand's worth. That's not much. It's definitely the most expensive. Let's do half our money, right? 160. Now, it's going to take me a few days to pay for this, but so we might have to pause the recording a bit. But there we go. So now we'll have, plenty of room, I think, for the offices, and we've worked towards, the possibility of another gate upstairs. And yeah. Now, one thing I did do between the episodes, I try not to do too much, but I figured you guys wouldn't be too upset. I just did the last lower taxes because lower taxes, right? And the reason I mention that is when we take a look at the grants, we had, investments, and we had to wait for 3 days. So see, I fast forwarded that so we could possibly get another government grant, right? Now this one is, would that one be that easy to just pay off any loans and then just wait another 7 days? I don't know if I want to do that one first. The other one that I was considering, we got try to maybe work on the check marks. Was it airport efficiency? Have at least 2 runways with this one is definitely interesting to me, and knowing that it's coming up, right? So we can't do this one yet because we can't put the runway lights on this runway. And that's certainly a pretty big issue. So we need to be able to expand our land. So what I was looking at as far as, see this land expansion here, which will cost us a lot of money, but I think it could be worth it in the long run anyway. So we need gate control, but we don't have a COO with an office. So that led me to, that's actually what sort of got me thinking about this. So we'll see. So we don't have a COO, so we're going to have to get a fourth office down in here. I think this office could probably stay here. Maybe we'll put the door on this side and then just have like a row of offices here. What are these, 5x5, right? Let's do a little planning. Planning, magenta. All right, so if we did another office here, 5x5, yeah, that works out pretty well, right? And then we could do, now we need a reception. So then if this, right, we wouldn't count this one, would be 5x5. Right, I don't know how many total offices we would even need, but we could do another 5x5. Remember, this gate would be upstairs, so there's no problem there. How many? Let's go look at our staff. Management staff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'd want 6 offices. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what if we did 6? And then reception. Right, I never really did a reception. Zones. Visitors reception. Used by airline executives to access areas not met. Minimum size. Okay, I'm not sure why they're going to... Yeah, we need to use this area as a barrier. All right, so we'll work that out. But there's at least, you know, a plan for 7 offices, and then we can have reception. I did notice when we... get rid of that. We did, like, it had this ease of access from reception. So we want to get that number up, I think. Window view. Yeah, I guess we could give them some windows. Right? I'm not sure that they're going to have much of a view, but whatever. All right, so then there we go. So we could probably even start just building these walls. I think that that would be... Right, because I could just get these... Wow, I want the doors to be on this side. But we can put the doors up top just to get us going. I don't know, will it be a problem if this guy's door is into that guy's door? I don't know, we'll see. But let's just plan on building the doors, or the yeah, you know what, I'm going to hold off. We're not in that much of a hurry. Things are flowing fine. That can sit there like that. We don't really have the money for doing this, so let's just, you know, I'll let the money come up here a little bit and go from there. So, well, there we go. So I think we're making good progress. I think I may try to get some of that fine music, and I'm going to zoom to where I think it's as close as we can and let you guys watch in, I'm going to put it in like super fast forward for a while and just let this construction get done, and then we'll come back, and then I'll try to play some music during the whole little event. Okay, they are done constructing down here. And I wanted to tell you something. I decided, because that was 5 minutes, I didn't really know how long it would take, that I'm going to, when I do the processing, do it at 4 times speed. I don't know if you know this, but you can slow and speed up how fast YouTube plays back. So if you do 0.25, there's a little at the bottom left, I'm sorry, bottom right of your screen, there's a settings button. Looks like a sprocket. If you click on that, one of the things is playback speed. If you put it to 0.25, you can see that fast forward, not in like, at the same fast forward. I did the triple fast forward here. So that, should be a little easier for you guys to see what's going on. Before I talk too much about what I observed and wanted to see if you observed the same things, let's get some stuff going, right? So let's, I think I want to dismantle first this wall and this wall, right? So there we go. So that should free this guy up. We could put, and that should get our guys going on doing something before I talk about other things. And let's just put in the ops. We want a couple, well, I guess they should be staff doors. Does it matter? Yeah, well, if we put the reception in, then we can block people. They can just have regular doors, right? So we'll put a door here, a door here, and a door here. Might as well go for the gusto. We don't need that to be a door. Oops. This is not going to work here. Okay, so you know what we'll do? Yeah, cancel. I don't know if we bought those already. It doesn't matter too much. They're just regular doors. What I'm thinking of is maybe we do put an office here, and then do we put the reception, like, because see, this wouldn't be able to be an office. Same thing with this. Now maybe we get rid of this office. Yeah, that's what we do. All right, so let's go to planning. All right, so let's get rid of this one, and then now I can. Again, hopefully we're not repurchasing things. I would think that one way or the other it would know that we ordered that door. Right? So there we go. So now this would be our offices, and then we could have like our reception area like right up here. Let's put in some walls. Again, get our guys something to do. There, so now we'll have 6 offices, and then we'll have a reception right up here. And yeah, we can get these people moved over, get this gate switched over. But the things that I noticed, hopefully I'll remember them all now that it's been 2 minutes, if you knew my mind. One of the problems that we have is, if you noticed, at one point we had like no planes in here. You can go back and look if you didn't. And part of the problem is we don't have PAPI, or we don't have this runway fully upgraded, right? We don't have ILS, which cost us 20 grand. And this can kind of go anywhere, I think, near the runway. I don't even know if it needs to be near the runway, to be honest with you. But if we put this in, and then we could get these upgrade 2 runway lights. Now, normally, these things, I think, are on the left-hand side, I'm pretty sure. But we don't own that land, so I'll just put them over here. And just so you know, if you're curious, they usually are right near. See, this is the touchdown mark. This is where you want to land, and then these other marks tell the pilot like how far off they are. Like each one of these is like 100 yards. I'm not actually a pilot, so. But realism says you put them like these are right near the touchdown. Like, in other words, and what they do is they tell the pilot whether they're high or low. There's 3 lights. 4 red, you're dead. So in other words, as they turn red, if they're above, then if they're like way above the glide slope, they call it, then they would be 4 white. So what the pilots try to do is get it so there's 2 white and 2 red as they're coming in. That's probably more than you needed to know, but hey, we are running an airport. It's good information if you guys are going to be future airport managers. So there we go. So we got that one upgraded. Now, just because we can't put in the runway lights, I think we could still upgrade these other things. I don't really plan on moving this. And I don't know that even if we did like do something with this, that we wouldn't be able to recycle that. So, oops, not there. Let's do this. All right, and we'll do the same thing here for realism. We'll put them, and again, we don't own that land over there, so. All right, so that's going to cost us, you know, some money, but I think it's worth it if it lets us get planes in. And then the only problem we'll have is that we're not going to be able to do nighttime landings here, which if you think about it is okay, because it's not going to change anything for us, other than the fact that if we get strong winds, we can't bring people in at night. So see how we have 15-mile-per-hour winds, but we should be okay because it's not a crosswind for this airport or runway, right? It's only when the wind would be blowing north or south that it blocks this one off. We don't have any planes because it's the middle of the night right now. So there we go. So we got a bunch more done. What was the other thing that I noticed? I know there was something else. You know, this is doing pretty darn well. So, you know, we could definitely get this going. But that wasn't what I noticed. I noticed that they were really kind of hankering for some more electronics. And certainly they could use more stuff, I think, in our little baggage claim area here. So, I noticed at one point that, and I think they were people that were actually being dropped off. But so what I think I'd like to do, something we can do and can sort of afford it, is to come in here and do this. Now this, we're going to dismantle, right? And then, why don't we put objects, retail. So we're going to put a little bit more electronics vending. That would block the door. That would block the other one. I really don't have much room. Let's put another one down here just because, hey, they tend to make us money if they're going to use them. And then why don't we put some things in here? Just, I don't know, maybe people want a snack on their way out. So this is drink vending, food vending. All right, and then we can get them some chairs, just a couple, can't hurt them. That's comfort. We'll go right like that and that. Will you fit in there? Perfect. I don't want to block that door. And I'll just put a couple maybe down here just so that, I think our baggage claim will go kind of right in the middle. So I don't want to build it where we will build our bag or put them right where we're going to put it. So we'll give them a little decor too. I don't think they would want information. All right, and then we should probably give them some trash cans down here. And that would be ops. I think you can get to the trash cans a couple ways, right? Let's give them. Put it in front of the speaker there. There should be plenty of trash cans. All right, little things. Sometimes it's the little things in life that make a difference, right? Oh, this guy's trapped. You know what? I was wondering about that because I was looking at these things before the episode going, are these worth anything? So, and actually, it's not so bad because you can follow. Look, they want to go to the pickups, but they can't get there because we built the wall and we didn't give them a door. So let's go ahead and ops. And it's a regular old door. Can't really see. All right. See, now as soon as you put the door in, it's like auto there. So once we move this, we want to dismantle this guy too. And that's going to kind of cramp the style of this machine, but we'll leave it go for a minute. And then we could probably, we could, this is not a secured zone, so we could probably build more foundation. I think we need to do we just build it like that for the sake of a wall? Right, so what I'm planning on is these two bathrooms are going to stick out past our edge, but we're not going to have anything here, or if we do, it'll just be like whatever we stick in, right? Because eventually we'll have like another road, and then I'm thinking that that wall will end right here for the bathrooms. So let's do the planning and make it. So I'm going to clear this blue from like here. Well, I did one too far. down to here, right? So we'll get rid of that blue, and then we'll put it back, right, like that. And then you can picture the rest. We don't need blue. So we need to get rid of this door before we do that too, which, yeah, well, I don't know. We could probably go with one door. Can we get rid of the door? Or do we need the dismantle tool? Yes, we need the dismantle tool. Yeah, so we'll get rid of that door, and then we'll put in a wall, and then we can get the wall going. Oh, that's dismantle still. Right, wall going here. Yeah, just get them to do that, and then we'll get a door. And we'll put the door there. All right, then we can knock down that wall. I guess we can even order it up now. Nope, did you not like that? Nah, doesn't like it. Let them finish that other project. Yeah, then they need to dismantle this, and then they've got all this to build. I can move a little faster that way. All right, and so we have 3 desks, so let's assume that will be for these 3, and then let's go up and order. All right, we need an office desk. And then we need a chair. I don't know if you need a chair, but yeah, the keyboard is right there, there, there. And then maybe we move these 3 guys down into these 3 offices, and then we can redo these 3 off, you know, like these will be our new offices. And then let's start doing our zone reception. All right. It needs to be at least 3 by 3. All right, and that'll be like a 5 by 4. All right, so what is... So do we have a... Is it gonna... Oh, there we go, yeah. All right, come on, tell me what am I missing? Visitors reception. Not accessible by passengers. Come on, tell me what I need. Let's turn this off. There we go. Should be adjacent to at least one non-secure and non-staff protected area. Oh, so people could come in from the outside. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue with our plan here, isn't it? Because it's in no way going to be near a non-secure area unless we put it down here by the baggage claim. But then in the grand scheme of things, when we go for our airport expansion, I was hoping to put some more gates over this way. So it's really calling for that to be up here. Now, either that or down here. So let's roll with what we have. We'll get a reception area, but I think I'm gonna like non-zone it for now. At least we'll have the offices, and then in the long run, we're gonna have to, maybe when we get our expansion, we'll take it down here, out of the way of, because I'm picturing more stuff now. I know we could have like a second floor thing too, but yeah, that would be another option, would be, you know, to have just like a second floor over here, but I would want it on this side of security, so I don't necessarily want the steps coming right down into our baggage area over here. So we'll have to see what we do with that, you know, but I don't want that, you know, like I'd rather have it, the baggage claim is a little bit less busy at that point, so you know, I'd kind of probably rather have it down here. All right, but there we go. So we have some stuff for them to do. At least we got the offices. We understand the game mechanic a little tiny bit better. What other zones? Yeah, we need to get some stores going, and that's, you know, I'm kind of picturing that in here. Kind of, maybe not necessarily after we get our expansion done, but yeah, you know, sometime. we could certainly start building this out so when we have more money, if nothing else. Oh, we could get a first class lounge, flight crew lounge. Those are definitely sounding like second floor items to me. Oh, a conference room. Okay. So yeah, that would be, yeah, maybe we do offices eventually up on the second floor where they can come in, somewhere like around this area. Like, so we'd have it up above the baggage claim. But I'd rather get a lot of other things done first, and then we could do an arcade. Good. So the video's hit the half hour mark, so I think I'm going to go ahead and, we'll get all of this stuff done in between the episodes and then come back, or at least the majority of it. Our offices, get these restrooms. Once this gets moved, I'll put this little wall in here. We'll come back and plan out the bathrooms together. We will see how much money we have by that point. I might let it go like a little extra time just so we have some bucks so we can keep moving in the episode. But we should, we got a lot to do. We got the airport stuff. And this is great, right? We're making enough money. We're working towards even another gate, but let's get this ticketing done first. And then we got some vague plan for some of the zones we don't already have. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for all your likes and comments. In some ways, I didn't expect this episode or this series to go, but it has legs in a sense. It's not many of the series dwindle down to like 30 viewers or less. This one stayed pretty solid. So if you miss traveling during this age of viruses, here we go, right? You could pretend that you're going to the airport. Anyway, or at least out of your house if you're like me. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.